Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another heartfelt episode of Arkansas Wrestling Unleashed. I don't know why I said it that way, but it felt good in the moment. As usual, we are here to put over Arkansas wrestling. I have got a bunch of flyers in my queue here, and we are going to roll through them pretty quickly because I got a special guest tonight, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what this man has to say. Uh, so, without further ado, remember if you do not see your show flyer on here, it's either because I didn't see it on Facebook or you didn't send it to me or somebody didn't send it to me. So if you want it on here, make sure you send me your flyers because otherwise I may not ever see them. So anyway, here we go. Got February 27th. We're going to start off with APW presents Convergence. They are going to be in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Also on that day, before they had their show on the Friday before, there's an Ace Austin seminar in Springdale, Arkansas, presented by Razor Pro Wrestling. And speaking of Razor Pro, on the 28th in Springdale, Arkansas, they will be presenting Rebirth. These guys have just started out. Man, they are pumping out some good stuff. Also on the 28th, THCW will be in Venos for Do a Flip. Probably one of my favorite names of any show. I just absolutely love it. Also on the 28th, OCW will be in Hoxie, Arkansas for their weekly show. They run every Saturday. Also on the 28th, South Central Wrestling in Mountain Pine, Arkansas, February Fight Night. Also on the 28th, there's a lot of shows on the 28th. TNR presents Ring of Fire coming straight from the Marmaduke Community Center. Again, also on the 28th, good Lord, MACW will be in Tuckerman, Arkansas for Harding Night. Night they always bring in the Harding College, and man, I'm telling you right now, if you ain't worked in front of that crowd, you don't know what you're missing. Then on March 6th, Wild Card Wrestling presents Shamrock Shakedown in Rector, Arkansas. I believe this is a Friday show. Yes. Then Saturday, Natural State Wrestling will be in Judsonia, Arkansas for a benefit show. I don't remember what benefit it is, though. Oh, I feel dumb now. But anyway, yeah, Natural State Wrestling will be in Judsonia, Arkansas. If you're in the area, check us out. Also on the 7th in Van Buren, Arkansas, IWF, and I forgot I think it's Independent Wrestling Federation, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but they will be in Van Buren, Arkansas. There will also be a seminar that day. I believe Matthew DeLuna will be doing one earlier in that day. March 7th in Mark Tree, MCW will be in Mark Tree, like I said to begin with. God, I'm just having a hard time today. Also on the 7th in Harrison, Arkansas, Mid-States Wrestling will be doing looks like a benefit show for the veterans at Camp Jack. Also on the 7th, All Pro Wrestling presents The Rudder in Marianna, Arkansas. And I'll tell you right now, that's the first show I ever got to work for APW was The Rudder. And a lot of good memories for me there. But make sure you check them out. Then we've got on a Friday in Camden, Arkansas, Haybarn Championship Wrestling, wrestling in the streets at the Daffodil Festival. Then the very next day, back in Prescott, Arkansas, Shamrock Showdown for Haybarn. Oh, Impact Wrestling Federation. Okay, thank you, Casey, for the IWF show. Sorry about that. And we're going to roll on over here on the 14th as well. Gladiator Championship Wrestling will be in Dardanelle, Arkansas. Clash at the Coliseum 4. Also that day, where are we at? Sherwood, Arkansas. Action Pack Sports presents Spring Break Brawl 26. Action Jackson's ugly. I hope somebody tells him I said that. Ha ha. Also on the 14th, Wrestling with Pride, Zero Lux Given. Okay, I kind of dig that name too. They will be at the Greene County Fairgrounds in Paragould, Arkansas. Also on the 14th, Thrilla in Manila 4. This is going to be a big combo show. You got APW, OCW, AWA, MCW all coming together. Benefit for the Manila schools. I don't know if it's a particular sport or not, but hey, it's for Manila schools, damn it. March 20th, Wildcard Wrestling presents Fighting Cancer. I believe this is going to be a benefit show to help this fella out. On the 21st, APW presents Gold Rush in Clarendon, Arkansas. Then also on the 21st, Mutiny Wrestling Federation presents Lucky Strike. This is in Northeast Arkansas. I just now noticed that it did not have a location on it. That sucks butt. Anyway, also that day, Natural State Wrestling will be wrestling at the library, which I'm kind of interested on what that pertains to, because that's pretty interesting. That Sunday in Texarkana, Arkansas, Hayborn Championship Wrestling, Super Southern Wrestling, and Full Throttle Wrestling Association will be doing a tri-branded event March 22nd at 3 p.m. in Texarkana, Arkansas, when worlds collide. Thank you, Mac. On the 28th, Southern Championship Wrestling presents Spring Break Brawl, Batesville, Arkansas. Man, I feel dumb. I can't remember stuff. Also on the 28th, Gladiator Championship Wrestling presents Homecoming in Mulberry, Arkansas. We're about to go on a string of these. Gladiator Championship Wrestling on April 4th, Echoes at the Coliseum in Dardanelle, Arkansas. And then April 11th, Gladiators back with Wrestling for Wishes in Boonville, Arkansas. This is a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation. So yeah, if you're in the area, check them out. But if you're not, if you're in a different area, how about you hit up APW? They are going to be in West Memphis, Arkansas on the 11th for Riverside Showdown. But if you can't make it to that one, how about you hit up their next one on the 18th in Palestine, Arkansas for the P-Dub Brawl. But then also APW again for 6-7. Yes, there is a show called 6-7 for APW in Marianna, Arkansas. I hate you, Ricky. I really do. No. But no, definitely APW is the place to check out. And I ended with a lot of APWs primarily because my guest today is a APW homegrown talent. He is a very, very talented young man, self-proclaimed king of the trailer park. I don't know. I've heard a few people have tried to use that moniker. Let's see if he lives up to the hype. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Garth Mahoney. Your microphone's muted.
What's going on?
Oh, man. Thank you for coming on today, man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, Lord. A lot of good shows going on, man. I know you're a part of quite a few of them. Especially APW. Before we get into that, though, man, guys, how long you been wrestling now, man?
September will be 5 years.
Really? And you started at APW, or?
Yes, sir. Lance Smitty Smith brought me in.
Really?
Smitty.
And we'll get into that here in a little bit. Before we do, though, man, what initially got you interested in wrestling as a fan?
When I was a kid, we watched WCW. That's what we had on our cable. And every Monday night, whenever it was on, it was just we'd be in matches, and certain commercials came on, and we were going, all three brothers against my dad. He always won, but we always tried.
So what? How? Okay, you said we'll go ahead and go into this now. You said Smitty brought you into how did that all come about?
I hit up my dad one day and I was like, dude, I need to be wrestling. I love it. I never grew out of it. I need to get in the ring. And he was like, dude, I know this guy named Smitty who's involved. And you should hit him up. So I messaged him. And Smitty messaged me back this paragraph. And he's like, dude, we'll hit the road. You can come in here and train with us and see if you got it. And, so that's pretty much what happened. He took me to AEW, introduced me to Ricky Kennedy, and they kicked my butt one day. Yeah, they kicked my butt really good. And they're like, well, thanks for trying it out, and then I was back next Sunday. They looked like I was crazy.
So you got more of the old school experience with it.
Oh yeah. I messed up, and Smitty was like, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm good. I'm good." And he's like, "Okay, cool. We'll partner next week."
See, and that was something that I was on Zay Diamond, Luther Zay Diamond show earlier, and that was one thing he had asked me about the difference between the old school training and nowadays training and all like that. How do you feel about the difference in the way some people are trained nowadays?
I'll be honest. The way guys are trained and run this game now, I feel like they don't. I feel like they're all over a little bit. They're not being forced to invest into the business and themselves. And I feel like that's why they're so old, because since they're not investing, they can just quit. They can just quit and be done with it. All this work, all this investment that we put into them, they're just all gone. I paid about $2,500 cash to start my training. Whenever I got my butt kicked and I got my feelings hurt, I'm like, man, I'm done. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I spent $2,500 on this. I've done spent all this gas money and spent all these weekends. I'm not walking away yet. So I feel like that's where the problem is, that guys are being bottled into this business, and I wouldn't call it.
I think it's a little bit of a loaded question on that too, though, because like me personally, I didn't get shit beat out of me, and I don't say I was coddled, but I wasn't. It wasn't the old school mentality to a lot of my stuff. And that's how I kind of take into things and like that. So I think it's not necessarily on who does it or the style does it. It's not the style. It's who does it. It's the intent behind how they do it. So hold on. Tyler saying you got a really bad echo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's my fault this time. I think I fixed my stuff on my end. Because you're clear as day on my end.
Let me try something quick.
Do you have your loop back turned on? Because that's where I was screwing up.
I don't even know how to see that.
Mine's on a soundboard on my. I've got a little soundboard I'm connected to.
Can you hear me now?
Hopefully that's on it now. Yeah, I don't hear an echo at all on my end. Let me try. It may be catching two mics at the same time. I was having that issue as well. So
let's see. I mean,
all like that. I'm not hearing an echo, so I'm not sure what the deal is.
Gillespie, does that sound any better? I doubt it.
Well, while we're waiting, thought process into your mind on here. Why don't we get into your first match that you ever had, your actual first match? Before we get into what it was, what were the emotions you were going through going into it?
So I was definitely nervous. I didn't want to let anybody down, and I knew that was a possibility. Yeah. But man, I just was nervous. I wanted to do my best, and but it was a battle roll. So hang on one second. Let me just see if I can fix this real quick.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that sorted out. Like I said, I'm hoping it's not on my end. Let me try that. So, is it Tyler? Is it just him, or is it both of us, or? He disappeared on us. Apologize for the technical difficulties. It happens sometimes. But, okay, then it's just him. And yeah, he's playing with settings. So hold on, I need to. Hopefully it's not my soundboard. I don't think so. I don't know. There's no telling. But yeah. So anyway, while we're waiting on him, like I said, make sure if you're just tuning in, make sure when we get done, you go back and watch the beginning. Check out all the different flyers, all the different shows going on that not just this weekend, but coming up in the next few months. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So we definitely want to make sure we put that over. A lot of good shows running. Uh, yeah, I don't know where he went. He hiding from me. That's what it is. So I knew there's always some kind of problems I have when I'm doing stuff. There's always something going on. Maybe he's switching stuff out. Do, 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 do. Oh, I think I lost him. That's okay though. We'll get him back on here in a little bit. But yeah, so while we're waiting on him, if you got any questions or anything like that, shoot them my way. Definitely. If there's anything you think of, you want to talk about, or you want me to talk about while I'm waiting on him, just holler at me. Yeah, definitely. I saw the stuff on that, and man, I'm hyped to hear about that, man. Uh, I will not be able to be there, but I'm there in spirit. So that's definitely, man. I'm glad to see that match. I think that's going to be great. Uh, so yeah, he is definitely having some issues, but yeah, hopefully, uh, I hope it goes good for you, man. I really feel like it will. Uh, I didn't see a flyer for Marmaduke. I don't think. Let me look again. Uh, da-da, da-da, da-da. Yeah, I put that over. That was at the beginning. Like I said, you're coming in late, homie. But yeah, we definitely I put over every show I could find. And that's the thing is if somebody doesn't send me the flyers or I don't see it on Facebook, I can't put it over. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna follow Sam, a 7 foot tall wizard. dude, I'm hyped for you, man. I think you're gonna learn a lot. I think you're gonna be great. I think you're gonna have fun with it, man. So Garth had messaged me. He is having some technical problems. Yeah, like I said though, man, when you get a chance, go back and uh go back and watch the beginning of it, man. Dude, we're hyped to have anybody. Kate, that's awesome, man. Glad. Hopefully everything goes good. Oh! Welcome back, Hillbilly. I don't hear a damn thing. There's no sound whatsoever. What the hell is a chroma cam? Oh, I've never heard of that. So yeah, it's my luck. Nothing. See if I can look at this. When are you? I don't know what you're talking about, Bubba. Uh,
Hello.
hey, we hear you.
I bet there's.
I have no idea. Like I said, I couldn't tell on my end. So
What about now?
again, I can hear you. If there is an echo, about the echo. What the hell?
I know you want to hear.
But
is it better now?
Yeah, the echo's still there, but I mean,
it don't make sense.
I don't know what the deal is. Hold on, let me do something. When I drop down, talk.
Okay, I'm talking, and I don't hear myself. I don't hear an echo.
Well, what the hell? I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing that? How about now? I'm gonna try that.
What about now? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me at all?
I don't know. Fred, you don't count.
Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Try this. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I thought we had gotten rid of it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, I don't hear myself echoing anymore.
Okay, so maybe that loop back feature was. I'm gonna turn it back off. How about let's try that? Go ahead and talk.
No echo. Oh, I hear echo.
How about now?
Do I hear echo now? No, I do not.
Okay, so yeah, so I must have bumped the button or something and didn't realize it. Anyway, sorry about that. Hopefully we get it all sorted out.
I feel at home, in the trailer park type stuff right here, bro.
Yeah. Well, and I've got this new soundboard, and I'm still learning on how it goes. It works a lot better than my old one, but it's still some stuff is weird about it. I don't know, but yeah. So if anybody does hear that echo come back, just let us know. Hopefully that works out good now. Anyway, we were talking about going into your first match.
So part of the nerves on the first match was the venue was crazy, man. We had this place. Golly, I wish I could remember the name, but we called it Rumble in the Castle or something like that because the building was like a castle.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
I got to work in that castle.
Yeah, wasn't that awesome?
Dude, I loved it.
A dude by the name of Colt Harmon hooked us up with that place. But it was a battle royal. I'm debuting, and I got to work with like CEO and all them guys, and I got chopped about 15 times back to back. Old school bring in.
That's the normal routine on a battle royal.
Yeah, and then when I got back to the back, they were like, "Hey man, good work. Why didn't you try to eliminate anybody?" What do you mean?
Hold on. Hey kid. Fred doesn't do the wrestling one. He just does the ones we do, the SDU stuff. Anyway, go ahead, man.
They're like, "Man, why didn't you try to eliminate nobody?" I was like, "What do you mean? I was just in there fighting." The whole point in fighting in a daggone battle royal is to win, and you didn't even try to eliminate nobody. Oh, my bad,
Hey, listen, we didn't just come for copper wire, man. We also get them catalytic converters, baby. Woo!
Anyway, sorry, I had to distract you on that. That was too good.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, I was gonna say. So your first one was the battle royal. What was your first actual like regular match though?
My first actual match was a tag match against well, my tag team partner was a dude goes by uh Dr. Feelgood, and he was a wildcat, didn't make it in the game for very long, but he was a good dude. But we were wrestling against Buster Kennedy and CEO in a tag match outside, and it was wild. That's where I learned how to sell a daggone punch. I'll tell you that right there.
Oh yeah.
Buster said, "Pop, sell, pop, sell, bam! Whoa! There you go, kid. You figured it out." Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh Lord. Uh, so getting into wrestling and everything like that. Yeah, I know you started at APW and all like that, but you started to move around quite a bit. What's been other outside of APW? Been one of your favorite places to work?
Well, definitely OCW. OCW brought me in, with open arms. Uh, it's been a really cool environment there. And they've been on the up and up. OCW's been striving, out of control wrestling and Hoxie, of course. They're doing a lot of great things, and let me be a part of it, and let me be kind of like a lead runner in the deal has been awesome, man. It's been a really cool experience. I also got to work for Mid South Championship Wrestling in Osceola, and did a little bit of Bluff City wrestling for Johnny Dodson. He didn't like me very much though, so I was okay.
Go figure. Yeah.
He don't like anybody from the trailer park. That's fine.
I don't think he likes anybody, period, outside
Yeah.
of himself. So
Yeah. He gets up in the morning, takes him a whiz, looks in the mirror, and goes, "What a beautiful day." Just looking at himself.
Oh Lord. What has been what's been your probably your best experience wrestling wise so far? Like just a single individual like moment or match or just whatever. What's been like the highlight of your career so far?
It's a great question. I mean, becoming out of control wrestling's world heavyweight champion, that was a pretty big ordeal. That's not really something I ever expected to do. I'm the funny guy. I can get the people going, but that's about what I'm doing. And to climb a scale and show that I can be that guy was quite the experience. And then right after that, getting to win the Workhorse Championship in All Pro Wrestling. You know, there was hope to go out and win titles at these other companies, but to win one at All Pro Wrestling was nuts for me. I had people like Smitty and Buster. They beat me down, mentally, and was like, kid, you suck, but to go on and win one at All Pro Wrestling, that was huge for me. You know, so, and then getting to work Brutal Bob Evans at Out of Control Wrestling was nuts.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Because Bob is one of probably the smartest guys in the business,
Dude,
hands down. And
yeah,
I didn't hear him say a cross word about you. He seemed to be happy with what y'all did. I mean, I wasn't on the inside conversations or nothing like that. It was outside looking in on my part, but uh, dude, I mean, in all honesty, the stuff that you achieved and the stuff that you've done, you've earned. I mean,
appreciate that.
I've been highly impressed with you myself. I love the comedy shtick. I absolutely do. But when it goes in when it comes to in between the ropes, you don't slack. You don't lack anything, man, you're good. You need to remember that. Remember, Kurt Angle was a fucking funny guy,
Right.
but then once that bell rang, he knew what he was doing, and that's the thing too. You're working in the Mid-South, where character is king.
Yeah.
And that's why you're the king of the trailer park.
Yeah.
Dude, and one of the things I really loved was the little vignette skit with Legitimately Too Good. How did that come about?
Man, I had joked with Too Good a good bit about, man, y'all need to let me be with Legitimately Too Good. I was like, I fit in perfectly. I'm as buff as you guys, and that's a lie. Them dudes were shredded, and they'd laugh at me and just laugh and never really took me seriously. One day I caught Too Good off guard and I was like, Too Good, I need to be in Legitimately Too Good. And he was like, man, it's too good, and next thing I know, we're making these videos and they were just like, hey man, just come in, do your thing. And like conversations we've been having. And that first one we did where they're in the back talking behind the curtain, and I just come in and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? And just automatically implying that I'm with them. Let me tell you something, bro. That was complete improv, one shoot.
Well, dude, those are the ones that always come out the best because it's natural.
Yeah. That was great. We had a lot of fun with that. We've got episodes that nobody's even seen yet. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, just go ahead. I know, Legitimately Too Good's not a real tag team anymore, but go ahead and post some videos, dude. Those were so good. We did one where Too Good and Too Legit were sitting there eating at a Subway, and I come walking up, bringing them their order, wearing a Subway hat. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? And they're like, bro, what are you doing here? You don't work at no Subway. And I'm like, well, I had to know where my dogs are, They're like, well, how'd you know we were here? Well, I can't have your back if I don't know where you at, Dude, good stuff.
And that's what I love. Like anybody knows me, and knows I love character. I'll watch character stuff over work rate stuff. I love work rate stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but like I love a good character, and I applaud you for everything you've done so far and everything that you're gonna do.
I appreciate it.
So, but so we're gonna do this in two different levels here. All right. So when it comes to like mainstream wrestling, like your WWE, AEW, TNA, all those and all, who have been your biggest influences on who you are as a wrestler?
So, I love me some you don't put me on the spot. Dusty Rhodes. Love Dusty Rhodes and the way he does business, and the way he could go out and throw them elbows and do his thing and still be like entertaining with it, like in a funny way. And like he never had, when he was riled up, he was still making people laugh, baby. Just the way he did everything was very entertaining. And he'd go in that ring and still scrap,
Yeah.
And just get the people hooked. I didn't learn about Dusty Rhodes until later in life because he wasn't like the Dusty Rhodes that I got to grow up on was more like when he got into NWO and WCW, and so that wasn't the same, as your 80s through 90s Dusty Rhodes, I mean, by golly. But dude, growing up, Sting was my favorite, which is wild because he was the stoic, quiet,
Oh, you talking about Crow Sting?
Yeah, Crow Sting. I didn't know that his hair was ever bleached blonde until I was in my late 20s, but I was a big fan of Mick Foley. Loved Mick Foley.
I hear that a lot on here too, so that means that's something.
Yeah, and probably the last mainstream guy that I really loved was Batista.
Really?
I loved Batista, dude.
Oh wow.
he just when he walked onto the camera, you just knew that he was getting ready to tear somebody apart. You
Had
know,
that presence about him.
golly, what a monster of a guy. He was huge.
What about more on a more local level? Who've been your biggest influences?
So Smitty, watching the way Smitty would work a crowd was awesome from the get go. And he was so green. You know, a lot of people don't know how green Smitty was.
Yeah,
I mean, he had
it's that scenario with him being an older guy with a lot of natural charisma.
that, and he knew the business. You know, he knew it like the back of his hand. He knew what worked. He knew how to hook the people. He was good at it. You know, he didn't wrestle that long.
Yeah, I know. I hate I never got to work with him in the ring.
Yeah,
I really do. I love that guy. Oh my god, I love that dude.
we got to wrestle in Corning one time, or no, in Ripley, Tennessee, for Golden Boy. And Golden Boy was like, "Look, kid, I don't expect much out of you tonight. You're just gonna go out there and you're gonna do your best against my monster heel. You know, just have fun. You know." And he's like, "You're not gonna like bump him or anything like that. You know, you're just gonna go out and try and look like you did your best, whatever." Well, we get in that match, and Smitty was like, "Boy, you think you can hit me with that spinning back kick you do?" I'm like, "Yeah, boy. You know, I can. I don't care how tall you are." He said, "Try." And I did. And when I hit him with it, he didn't get his hand up or nothing. Just that man went down, and I heard,
"Oh, Jesus."
I was like, "Oh, God." So I pinned him. Thank God he kicks out, because I didn't know. I thought I was going to get beat up when I got back to the locker room. But man, Smitty called me that next day, and he said, "Hey, man, I don't care if I got to eat my fucking breakfast through a straw. That kick was beautiful." But yeah, Smitty's he's the one that brought me in, and I'm very thankful to have gotten to learn as much as I did from him. Because we was on the road together a lot.
Yeah,
and the time that you have with somebody that's a road dog is so beneficial. You know, because you can really sit in and soak in some information.
yeah.
You know, and Smitty he had all of it. I would I'd slap somebody in front of their mama right now to have, you know, any kind of more time with Smitty.
Yeah.
Buster Kennedy and Johnny Dotson have both instilled the right hand into me. You know, they both throw an amazing right hand, and you know, I can wrestle. I can scrap and wrestle with anybody, I feel like, but that right hand, when it's finally time for that sucker to come through and get some stuff going, I would say that Johnny Dotson and Buster Kennedy definitely influenced that. But as character work goes, yeah, it would be Smitty, Geo Savage, Floyd Flair.
Love those guys.
Man, Floyd Flair is nuts. That dude is wild.
He is unassumingly extremely good.
Yeah.
You meet him outside of a show or something like that, you don't really think nothing of it, and then you see him in that ring. That dude can go.
Yeah,
he is very surprising on how good he is, and that's no knock on him or nothing like that. But
no, and he knows that. You know, he knows, and that's why he makes a joke about his weight. I weigh 134 3/4 pounds or whatever. You know, like, you know, he makes sure they put that 3/4 in there every time. Yeah.
I used to know a guy that his weight was 42 cheeseburgers.
God, that's a little fella. Buster Kennedy, man, he knows how to hook a crowd too. I've watched, and the thing is, the way Buster works, he can make a crowd absolutely adore him, and he can make a crowd hate his guts. He can work both sides of it, and I've watched him do it. And it's funny.
That's a talent that not everybody can have.
Right. And it's funny, you could tell what kind of night he's gonna have when you see his hair. His
Oh,
hair, yeah, he'll be all sleeked up and looking good, on a good night. When he's ready, just let all the crowd have it, and he don't care about nothing else. His hair will be kind of crazy. I don't
I'll
give a
have to
dang,
pay attention to that.
I swear to God, watch one night whenever he's getting ready to hit the ring. You see that hair a little crazy. He's finna get a little crazy.
Oh Lord. So what? I know we talked about moment and everything like that, but what's been your favorite match that you've had so far? Just match in general. Like the one match where you feel like that was your top tier ability that you feel like would be your match. Like if a promoter's asking for uh promotional stuff and stuff to show you what you do, what match would you send to a promoter to try to if you're trying to get booked?
It would be my second match with Buck Skinner at OCW. Because we can't use that first one. It was only 5 seconds long. But yeah, that second match that I had with Buck Skinner at OCW was wild, and it was hard hitting, explosive, just good wrestling, and it was nuts.
Dude, Buck's a badass, man.
By God, he is.
Guy. I love that guy. I've got to work him a couple of times. The first time I worked for APW, they had brought me in to work with him, and you were talking about Smitty, and that's the first time I'd ever met Smitty as well. But as soon as I walked through the door, I shook Ricky's hand and everything, gave Buck a big old hug, and I turned around and here's this big old bald dude looking at me. I'm just like, "Hi." He goes, "I've heard so much about you." Biggest bear hug ever got, dude. Oh, yeah. We were like that. Man, I loved that guy. That was a great experience. But yeah, and getting to work with Buck is a true professional. Dude is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he's he was trained by Johnny Rodz up in New York.
Yeah.
So I mean, he didn't come into this no easy way either.
Definitely not.
And he's so smart. I've watched that dude flip a whole match in his head, in a split second. And it's like, no, never mind, rework something completely out different. You're like, bing, that's awesome, Dude, I tell you what, some of the nastiest things I've ever been hit with was a daggum boot from Buck Skinner and a back chop.
Fuck a back chop.
If you see Buck Skinner give somebody a back chop, you know that person messed up. They've did something, and he's like, okay, here you go. Whack! You can't breathe for a second, dude.
Well, I've been lucky then, because I never got that. I got kendo sticks across the head, but not. I learned in my match. I did the second match I worked with him. We did a hardcore match at Vino's. It was for their first ever championship. And we started the match off. I was like, "Hey, this shit's gonna hurt. Let's go. I'm gonna buy you a beer." Well, I learned don't chug a beer right before you wrestle, because then you hold that beer burp right there until that son of a bitch hit me across the head with a kendo stick, and that just went. Bah! I thought he was gonna get knocked out from it.
Yeah. God, yeah, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not.
That was fun though. That was fun. I think he told me that was his first hardcore match too. So
by golly. Man, my match whenever I beat JPJ for the world heavyweight title at OCW, that was another one. Little inside information, I wasn't going over.
Really? They pulled one of those ones, huh?
So our referee, she was green, and but this ain't on her, I'm not like throwing her under the bus or nothing, but some shit got haywire, and you could just tell the people wanted me. They were the way the crowd was reacting, and shit got haywire. Next thing I know, I'm rolling JPJ up. I got him, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Whoa! It was but that match, man, the back and forth, just the intensity, which JPJ, that dude's a gorilla. You know,
Well, they call him the Manila Gorilla. So
yeah, I would love. You remember when Chris Masters would do the full
Yeah.
Nelson? I'd love to see him do a JPJ.
get around that big ass
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah,
You,
that would
you
be
know,
great.
Bruce actually was in the Master Lock Challenge on Memphis.
Really?
And he technically, yeah, I'm gonna say it like that, technically beat it, but that's because his group beat up Chris Masters. So, ha 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 ha. He hates me when I mess with him like that. But
Bruce, that's a good dude, man. He,
yeah,
I've
learned a
never
lot working
seen
with him.
somebody sit in the locker room and just spit as much free game as that dude does, or at least used to. I don't know. I haven't got to be in the locker room with you guys as much these days, but when I first started refereeing at OCW, he would just sit there and just be spitting game for anybody that wanted to listen. I'd just be there.
And that's one thing.
What are y'all doing? Why are y'all not listening? Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. I've learned a lot from Bruce, and then like that's one thing that we try to travel quite a bit, but we also try to. That's one thing we try to do. We try to help places grow and help people grow. And as long as you can get Bruce out of being angry, Bruce, dude, he's probably one of the best people in the world to listen to, man.
Absolutely.
He just gets it. He just gets it. You know.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I hold you and Bruce at as high of a level of respect as I do. You're both great guys, and and the knowledge that y'all got that y'all give out for free is just it's nuts. And watching, I got to watch y'all work with Brutal Bob. Y'all got to kind of learn from him, and watching that was just a whole nother humbling experience. Because it's like I hold you guys here, and y'all are being worked with by another guy that's high up there, and it's like you never quit learning in this business. That's why that's why I'm talking about guys being coddled, because these guys think that they just deserve their spot on a show, and I'm here, I should get to wrestle. No, you shouldn't. You need to train. You need to do your homework. You need to be doing this and that, and they're not. And I'm not hating on nobody, ain't gonna call no names out and none of that. But if you love this game like you say you do, put in the work, brother. Earn your spot. You don't deserve anything. Every Out of Control Wrestling has a show every Saturday. Everybody in that OCW locker room is privileged to be there. You know what I mean? It's a privilege. Make the best out of that privilege. And as soon as every guy in that locker room has that mindset, OCW just keeps going up. And they're doing that anyway. So just imagine how great it really can be.
And that's nearly any show going on. I mean, you don't have to be booked. But in Arkansas, there's so many damn shows in Arkansas going on, as you can see from the flyers that I went through and all like that. It's easy to get booked somewhere, but you got to make sure you know what you're doing and that you are doing it for the right reason. For me, like I was when I was talking to Luther earlier on there, I was just like, you have to do what's best for the show, not for yourself individually. Of course, you want to get yourself over and everything like that to be able to market yourself more. But it's also too when you're there doing what's best for the show, that makes them want you more.
Exactly,
if that makes sense,
right?
And you were talking about the Bob thing, and that was eye opening for me. I mean, it wasn't really about what we were doing; it was about why we were doing certain things. And about being bigger with the character. And like I'm just like, dude, I'm over here dying out of breath. Can't hardly breathe because I'm doing my laugh and screaming and stuff, and I'm not loud enough. Holy shit. Time to put these down.
And with what you were given, you guys, and I already see y'all as like an attraction, like not like, don't take that in any wrong way, but y'all are seen on a flyer and people go, oh, I'd like to see them, but now you guys are ready to take that to a further level just from that little time y'all got, and and it was eye opening for you. And now you get to build on that. Ricky Kennedy has a great saying that's wrestling shows don't need wrestlers, but wrestlers need wrestling shows. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and to add on that, doing the Memphis stuff, we get to meet a lot of the bigger names and stuff. And I got to have a conversation with Nick Nemeth not too long ago because I asked him to watch my stuff and see if he could critique. And it was basically about my character stuff. And he was like, when it comes to professional wrestling, wrestling is the least important part. It's 90% character, 20% wrestling. And yeah, the numbers add up. And I took that shit to heart, man. Because I ain't out there doing a technical masterpiece by any means.
Yeah.
I'm getting my stuff by going roar and doing something stupid,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what would a feasible nowadays feasible is even like doesn't even exist anymore because of the way things are going around here. But what would be a dream match that you would want to be a part of? What is your dream match?
Like on an indie level?
Like it's something that feasibly could happen. And see, and that's why I say feasible, but with the way Arkansas is bringing in all these different names and stuff like that, a lot of stuff is more feasible than it ever was. I never thought I'd be standing across the ring from freaking Gallows and Anderson.
Right.
A few years back, I got to work Gangrel. You were in there with Brutal Bob Evans. Jack was in there with Enzo. I mean, a lot of stuff feasible now. So now that this type of shit's happening, what match are you booking to hopefully happen someday?
So this isn't going to be that far of a stretch, but this is a match that I've wanted since I got in the game. And believe it or not, it's Johnny Dotson. I hate to keep sitting here putting this dude over, but I want that match so bad. Oh, God. All he does is talk crap about the trailer park people and all that crap. Let's do something. You know what I'm saying? I really think that, Johnny Dotson don't have no problem building a hype on something. He gets his attention. I like to think that I'm pretty comparable. I get views, my videos and stuff. I really think that me and Johnny Dotson could make some money doing some working something out. And I'd love to hit him in the mouth. There's nobody in the wrestling business that I want to hit in the mouth like I do Johnny Dotson. Yeah. Now, is there some bigger, better things that we could do? Absolutely. But God, I want to hit Johnny Dotson so bad. Jonathan Black's in here. It's one of my dogs. I grew a lot of respect working with Jonathan Black. He used to be kind of I'm not going to say a D-bag. I'm not going to say that. He was just on the wrong side of the fence. That's it. That's all it was. But me and Jonathan Black, we went back and forth a lot. And I realized real quick when he come into the OCW, I was like, man, he's a good dude. He's all right, Then we got to working. And I got to picking his mind a little bit. And I was like, dude, this dude's pretty good. And I don't even think he knows it.
No,
I don't think anybody's even let him know. Like, hey, dude, you're good.
I've only had a couple of interactions with him, but kid comes across very humble, very respectful, and from what I've seen in the ring, very talented. Very talented.
Oh yeah.
So, keep going, doing what you're doing, kid. That's all I can say on that. So one of my favorite things to talk about is, man, I know you've traveled some and this, that, and the other. What is your favorite road story?
You remember me telling you
that can be put on the interwebs.
Yeah. You remember me telling you I went to Ripley, Tennessee with Smitty?
Yeah.
So I actually rode with him to that show. He picked me up. There's a hospital in Jonesboro, Arkansas, the NEA Baptist Hospital. I left my truck there, and I rode with him. To Ripley from Jonesboro is quite a trip.
Yeah.
It's, a few hours. And then you're there at a wrestling show. That's several hours later. And then several hours back home. As we're pulling up to the hospital, I noticed my headlights are on. I'm like, oh, dang, Smitty, you might have to boost my truck, brother. I left my headlights on. Bruh. My truck was still running.
Oh.
I never shut it off. I was in such a hurry to get my bag and stuff into his truck and get going. I never even shut my truck off, dude. I had well over a half tank of gas, and I was below E when I got back, dude. I was like, oh,
Jesus.
That's probably one of the funnier daggum things that's ever happened to me. Let me think here. Road trips. Man, I really haven't had dude, that's what I need right now. That's what Garth Mahoney needs is some road dogs. I need it so bad. People to hit the road with, and I can go do it by myself. But where's the fun in that? I need some road dog. We need Garth Mahoney and the Heathens. You know what I'm saying? God, I need it so bad.
It's like most time I just have Fred.
Fred's an entertaining dude.
This is what you get from Fred.
Oh no. That's what I'm saying. Hey, what's up, brother, to everybody? I get my daily message from Fred.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Everybody else gets, what's up, be safe. No, I get, we need dog food.
He'll message me and he'll be like, what's up, brother? And I'm like, oh, not much, man. What's going on? And he'll just say, watch wrestling.
He's watching wrestling.
Yeah. At first I thought he was critiquing me. Like, Fred, are you critiquing me, dude? Are you telling me I need to be watching more wrestling, dude? Fred's just say watch wrestling.
Fred's not the best speller in the world, but he's got a great heart,
Oh, yeah, good dude.
That's why I'm not gonna put his name out there because the way he works his character and stuff. But a buddy of mine, he was like, man, no matter how bad of a day you've had, you can be a shit day ignoring everybody, this and other, but you see Fred's name pop up on a message and you just gotta smile and answer it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, nerd.
There he is. Dadgum Mark. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not even in his top 10 favorite wrestlers.
That's wild.
Unless I confront him about it. I'm the reason you get to go to shows, you butt licker.
Right? You gotta show appreciation where it's due, man. Fred James, where am I at on the list, bro?
You're number 5.
Well, all right with me.
I've only got a couple more questions, and it's the ones I like to really ask. I think we've already touched on one of them, but we'll get to that in a minute. So say coming up was your last match, your retirement match. Who would you be in there against?
If Garth Mahoney was hanging up the boots and this was his last ride. Well,
I love making people think.
Oh,
you're
number 10. I dropped 5 already. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, we're almost wrapped up.
Dang, I don't know, man. That's a good question, David, but I don't think I got an answer for you, brother. I don't know.
Sometimes that's the best answer.
Yeah.
I'm
a long ways from thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in my prime. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what prime is.
Ain't
that nasty drink?
No, that's when you still got plenty of testosterone flowing through you. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I've been screwed for about 20 years then, damn it. What's up, Michael?
You was asking me about some of my favorite matches. I kind of wanted to bring this up, I told you Buck Skinner.
Yeah.
But one of the best wrestling matches I've also had was Austin Everest. And I'm not talking about with Brutal Bob. The very first time I defended my title against Austin Everest, that kid, he's
He's talented.
cocky, but he's super talented, super professional. He's a good kid, really. I mean, he's got so much potential. But when me and him went out and I had to put my title on the line against him, I thought, man, we'll see what happens. And then we just went out there and just worked. And it was probably one of the cleanest, stress-free, hard-hitting matches I've ever been a part of. And I knew right then, I was like, this kid's got something, and I hope that he stays on track. I hope that he don't let, an ego ever get to him. I hope that he stays professional. And if so, he's one kid that I truly believe that we could see on the big stage one day. I really do.
He's a youngin' too.
He's so young. He has a foundation like no other. And by that, I mean like his parents support him. His grandparents support him. He's never at a show alone. He is supported so well. And I love it. I love to see it. I can't get my father to a wrestling show. You know what I mean? But to see the way that this family supports him and is helping him chase this dream is so awesome to see. Yeah. And I love it. Yeah, Austin Everest. But let me tell you something, Austin Everest. I believe in you. I think that you're a great talent. You got a match coming up with Pineapple Jack this weekend in Hoxie. I don't know who's going to win it. I don't care. I will be after you soon, buddy. You done? I mean, you screwed me. You screwed me, plain and simple. And as much talent, as much potential as you got, you screwed over the king of the trailer park, brother. We don't play that in the trailer park. We get even, and getting even is going to put me over. And that's me getting my title back. That will be coming. That's for shoot, brother.
Well, the one last thing that I do have, and we've kind of touched on it a little bit while we're talking now, and when it comes to the younger guys wanting to get into the business, wanting to start wrestling and everything like that, what advice would you give to them?
Get your life in order. If you got your life in order, and you've got the time, you've got the backing, and you really love this industry, go for it. But and you don't have to wait until your life is in order, but my God, it helps. When you're struggling to pay your bills just to get by, it's hard to go and travel and go to these shows for a handshake and a hot dog. I struggled hard when I first got into the business. I worked for myself, just doing what I could to make $1. And thankfully, I'm doing better these days. Rents went up. You know what I'm saying? On the trailer park, we had to start charging some folks. But man, get your life in order. Once you got your life in order, if you want to chase this dream, chase it and commit. Really want it. But until you want it and you can't commit, don't get in this industry yet. Because some people take it the wrong way and just look at you as an obstacle, and they will treat you like an obstacle. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the best advice I've got for somebody.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Every time I ask that question, I get different answers, and I'm just compiling notes on that stuff, man. I love it. Well, Garth, appreciate you coming on tonight. Don't go nowhere. I want to holler at you when we get done real quick. But man, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
I got you. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night we are in Jacksonville with All Pro Wrestling, Jacksonville Community Center. Yes, sir. And that show, dude, that is for autism awareness. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, but man, it is such a beneficial show to help them guys. A lot of them compete in like the Special Olympics and stuff like that. And I love it, dude. I love them guys. Don't nobody get fired up like the autistic awareness crowd, do they? And they love it, and we love them getting to work for them. So it's super, super beneficial show to be a part of. And
Well, man, again, I do appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that watches. Make sure, the whole like and subscribe stuff, that always helps, follow us on YouTube. Got multiple channels on YouTube, multiple pages on Facebook that this streams on. Just support us and support Arkansas wrestling. Appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night.